Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a Christmassy little mini table centre. I'm not really sure what you'd call it. Maybe, yeah, I suppose probably a table centre, but it's something you would have at your Christmas table or maybe out on the side that matched your decor. And my kitchen, which is where kind of all our Christmassy foodie stuff goes on, are these sorts of colours. Now this is pistachio pudding and chocolate chip, but it's those sorts of pale greens and chocolatey browns, and I do decorate my kitchen at Christmas to match. I have a tree in there with these kind of decorations, and I actually spotted these in the shop the other day, and these are chocolate limes and they're really rather yummy, and I thought they would be, it would be quite nice just to have a little mini pot maybe to bring out at the end of the meal or with coffee. Chocolate mints and after dinner mints are really quite boring, but this actually holds quite a lot. How much is it holding? 2, 4, 6, 8. They're quite big as well. Quite big sweeties in there. So I'm going to show you how to make it. Now there is a particular way to do this to get the heat embossing going on. I'm not sure if you can see under the spotlights today. You have to score first, and I will show you why, because if you do all your embossing first and then you come and score and you fold it, the cardstock doesn't like being heated. I don't know if you can see this, it cracks no matter what you do, and even the non-embossed part. So I'm working on the assumption that it's the cardstock that doesn't like being heated up, then folded and bent and everything. So anyway, very, very simple box. You need a piece of cardstock that measures 6 by 6 inches, or a metric version would be 15 by 15 centimetres, and you score it at 2 inches on all 4 sides, or the metric would be 5 centimetres on all 4 sides. Right, so we've scored it. Now you do the folding. You definitely have to do this before you do any kind of heat embossing. Don't cut it yet, but definitely fold and burnish. Right, so scrap piece of paper. I've got my Versa marking. I've got the smallest of the 4 festive flurry stamps. There's 4. There's a bigger one that actually is on my shelf. I haven't got it down. And this is the set that has matching framelets. I'm not actually going to cut any of them out today. I'm just going to use them for this background embossing purpose. So I've got the smallest, and I'm going to randomly stamp not the centre section, because that's actually the bottom, but just all of these outer edge pieces. Don't worry too much if, like here, you've got a gap. It's going to be covered up by the ribbon anyway. You know what, I didn't put my embossing buddy across this. Oh, if I get sticky fingers on it, it's my own fault. Do use your embossing buddy, because it just stops that bit of static. Right. So I'm going to put that to one side for a second. I'm going to do this embossing here as well. So I've got my ornament punch here, and that's this one here, which is from the Very Merry Tag set. I did consider doing Bar Humbug, but they're not humbugs, so I'm not. And I've lost my piece of white cardstock. Here it is. So I'm just going to emboss this. Well, again, using the Versa mark. So I'm going to do that twice. The first one, these white ones, I'm going to put the Wild Wasabi. I know it's not exactly the same colour, but it's okay. It's a green. So I've got 2 of those. Let's get back in there. And then I've got clear to go onto this cardstock here, which actually is that Early Espresso. And you just kind of have to throw it over everything. Look at that, thumbprints everywhere. This is why you use your embossing buddy. Learn from my mistakes. Right, let me just get that all back in and out of the way. And I'm going to bring in the heat tool. So if you're listening to this loud, turn your volume down, because it's going to take quite a while. And you wibble. I know people say you don't need to move your heat tool around. I believe you do, because you would buckle your cardstock and then it will suddenly go. You can see the colours changing, and that's when you just keep moving. You're only working about an inch from the cardstock. This is why you keep it moving, otherwise you'd be here all night doing it. One of the girls in my downline is remarkable at heat embossing. Her name is Polly, and on the sidebar of my blog you will find her blog. It's littlebirdblue.wordpress.com, and she does the most stunning heat embossing. She does gift cards, tags. She showed us some most beautiful jewellery, some earrings that she'd made recently, and she'd made a stand for them to sell at craft fairs, and she'd heat embossed that as well. Absolutely stunning. So do go and check out her blog and her heat embossed stuff as well. It really is beautiful. Right, so that's that done. I'm going to do these as well. Right, there we go. Put that to one side. Whoops. It will need a few seconds to dry maybe, just so you're not going to smudge everything. So I'm going to quickly punch these out. This is the Christmas ornament punch. Let's pop both of those out. And then coming back to this one, you cut it up the vertical lines going up to the middle, but you do it in a straight line and then whop a chunk out of that one. And the same on that one. And then turn it around and do the opposite. So this centre square remains a square, and the outside ones, I don't know what shape you'd call that, but you're taking a chunk out of those. Right, I'm just going to grab my snail for now, and these ones with your chunks cut out, put snail all over those. You can maybe use sticky strip or liquid glue, something like that, and then you start folding them in on themselves so they're behind this full square. There we go, that's the little diddy mini box built. I'm mixing all my greens up now. What colour is this one? Pear pizzazz, wild wasabi, all sorts going on. I'm going to tie off a knot. Don't get your fingers caught in the knot like I have just done. Snip off those bits, and then I decided to put one of these flush up against the back, so one there like that. I'm going to pop a dimensional on the back of this one towards the bottom because it is going to pop up a little bit, one on the top, and see how many are left in your bag. Enough, there we go. So that is a little mini, I don't know, table favour, although that would be an awful lot of sweets for one person. But a nice little box that holds quite a few sweets. You can maybe have the one in your lounge. You'd fit it to match your colour scheme. I've, like I say, I've used the pale green, so I've used pistachio pudding here and chocolate chip, and then this one I've done early espresso and pear pizzazz and a bit of wild wasabi. But that's because this matches my kitchen. That doesn't want to stay. I best eat that one, hadn't I? That's what my Christmas decor is going to be in my kitchen, but you just fit it to how you want and to your colour scheme. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.